Hi guys, Everyday Knife Guy here, and today I'm making a video for you that I never expected to do. First of all, I need to preface why I actually have this bag in front of the camera today. I was looking recently at getting a small sort of daily carry bag of some kind. I wasn't sure if I wanted a sort of one shoulder gear slinger or two shoulder backpack, something a bit more traditional, more of a tactical pack or a regular backpack or a hiking backpack, what I wanted. So first thing I had to do, I figured, was narrow down what my choices were, what my budget was, and what I was looking for. So I looked at most of the major brands, and the sort of the packs that I sort of came down to liking most were things like the Javelin 2.0 from Vanquest, the Sitka gear slinger from Maxpedition, the Trident backpack, things like that. Those sort of bags, that sort of size, 20 litre-ish. But I still wasn't totally sure what sort of configuration I wanted, what I was going to use the pockets for, what I would actually end up carrying, etc., etc. So a lot of these packs, as anyone who's looked at buying one of these or bought one of these before knows, are pretty expensive. You're talking usually excuse me, well, certainly here in Canada, including shipping and so on, if you're buying from the manufacturers, you're talking $150 and up easily to get what I wanted. So I didn't want to fork that out straight away on something that I wasn't totally sure as to the configuration and layout and the style of bag that I wanted. So I thought, well, you know, what if there's a cheaper alternative I can try, see how I like it, see what I see what I like and don't like, and then I'll be better placed to make a decision when it comes time to buy a more expensive bag. So I hit up the mighty eBay, as you would expect, and found that there's actually a load of tactical bags on there, coming straight out of China, of course, and they often look a lot like this. So I did a bit of browsing, found this particular model at the princely sum of $30 US, including shipping. It looked pretty good in the pictures. I thought it's probably going to be junk when it gets here, but it has, as you can see, I mean, if you've looked at these packs before, as you can see, this shares a lot of design features with those Maxpedition Vanquest bags I was just talking about. It's basically just a complete rip-off and sort of jumbling together of design features from all those sort of bags. So I said, well, it looks good in the pictures, let's get it, see how it works, and see how I like it. It said it's made of 600D nylon. It is 20 litres capacity. It said things like fits a laptop, so on. I thought, let's try it. $30, what's to lose? Even if it's just a backup emergency bag for like a winter kit in the car or something, I'm sure I'll find a use for it for that sort of money. So went ahead and bought it. It arrived in reasonable time, and when I got it, pretty much as soon as I took it out the packaging, I was really impressed, way beyond my expectations, with how this is made, the features it has, and basically everything about it. I sort of felt a little bit, it's not branded, it doesn't have Maxpedition on here, it doesn't have Vanquest on here, or any of those brands, but I sort of felt like I was unpacking the bag I'd originally been looking to buy, the full price bag. So I thought, well, I got to do a video on this, see if anyone else has experience with these. I've only used it for a few days. I don't know how it's going to hold up, and that, of course, is usually the big difference between a premium brand and buying something off eBay. But there's a chance this is made in a similar sort of facility to a lot of these higher priced bags are made anyway. There's a lot of features and a lot of the the stitching, the quality and the materials on this that I would expect in a higher level bag. So the real test will be how this holds up to me using it every single day and throwing it around, chucking it in the truck, whatever. But we shall see. In the meantime, I thought I'd give you a look at the features and lay out this bag in case you want to pick one up. I think it's great value at $30, it really is. So yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at it. As I said before, I mean, if you've looked at these bags before or owned any of these Maxpedition or Vanquest products or any of the other tactical packs, Voodoo packs or something like that, you'll see it's a pretty similar design. It has this top-down Y-strap, kind of binds everything together. It has sort of two smaller pockets in the front, medium-sized main pocket and a large main pocket. So it's quite a nice layout. Actually, let's start round at this side, because one of the first things I noticed, the straps themselves are pretty decent. There's a bit of padding in there. Now, I'm not going to be using this pack for hiking or anything like that most of the time. It is really just to carry my everyday stuff. But it's a nice option to have if you are taking it as a small camping pack or whatever. So I like the fact that a lot of stuff on this is removable. Everything down to like these chest straps here, the waist strap, everything basically is removable, and it'll only leave like little toggles and these sort of carabiner rings behind. So if you take all this stuff off, just have it with a carry handle here, which by the way is quite nicely stitched and padded. You know, you're not going to have this stuff flailing around as you're trying to get on a subway somewhere or something, or if you're traveling, you try to stuff this in an overhead compartment in an airplane or something, and these things are hanging out and hooking themselves onto other people's luggage. You know the situation. We've all been there and seen it happen. So it'd be nice to get rid of some of this stuff if you were in that sort of situation, as opposed to going on a hike or some sort of tactical mission, as this seems to be designed for. But it does have these features. It has chest strap, waist strap, and as I say, one of the first things I noticed was, I mean, this is billed as a backpack rucksack, but it can actually become a one shoulder gear slinger type bag as well. At the top here you just have this threaded through system where the straps are attached, so you literally just take that out for this strap, unclip him from there, get rid of him altogether. This strap over here, pop him off, pop him on there, and there you are. Within like, you know, 10 seconds you've turned this from a backpack into a one shoulder bag. And again, this one just attaches here. There's plenty of pockets on this to stow it, stow both these straps if you wanted to. So there you go. That was the first thing that impressed me, because as I say, originally I wasn't sure if I wanted a backpack. I wasn't sure if I wanted a one shoulder bag. Is a one shoulder bag too much of a man bag, which isn't really my scene at all? I don't know. I didn't know that, so I'm glad this has given me the option, and maybe by using it both ways I'll be able to figure that out. So that's the first thing. At the back here we have a large Velcro pocket. Now this, I imagine, is actually intended for a hydration pouch. There isn't, you know, it's not fully internal to the pack, so it doesn't have an eyelet for a hose or anything that gives that away. I imagine that's what it's for. I find it actually fits my full-size iPad really well, and it's actually quite nicely padded in there. I don't know how well you can see on the camera. It's quite nicely padded. This is a fairly thick pad at your back here. I guess you could use that to put some sort of internal frame in there if you really wanted, but fits the iPad perfectly, and yeah, no damage happening to that. If this is on your back, it's certainly no one's going to be able to get that out of there without you knowing, so it's a nice secure pocket. So that's where that's going to live. I'm just going to do up these straps before I turn this over, keep everything together. So if we turn over to the other side, as I said, there's this Y strap at the top for kind of cinching everything down, and again, everything's adjustable here, here, here. So generally you feed this through a couple of these sort of webbing straps on the front, and then once you have all your gear in, it's a simple pull to cinch that down, release that there, and yeah, more adjusters all the way around. You see they have these quite sturdy, slightly elasticated bands that go from stitching points here, basically right round, feed into these straps, and basically means you can compact the whole thing as much as you need to, or open it up as much as you need to. Same thing on the bottom. Yeah, really nice construction, and all this stuff, I mean, I've checked it over for flaws. I mean, there's the odd little piece of stitching hanging off, whatever they've snipped off just with scissors, but again, you get that in higher quality products too, in my experience. Certainly stuff that I've bought in the past, so it's not a big deal. There's no real flaws with stitching. I can't find any weak points. Looking at this first pocket on the bottom at the front here, the only real downfall I'd say of this bag, as opposed to looking at other higher quality, more expensive bags online, is the internal layout and the flexibility. It has plenty of pockets. It's got these two here, the medium size, the large size, and that flap at the back where the iPad is. But if you look inside, there's not a huge amount going on here. So this is quite a slim pocket. It's a sort of rubberized material inside, so it feels pretty water resistant to me. And at the back here you have a little slip pocket, and then a couple of little other ones here. If you've ever watched my everyday carry pocket dump videos, you know I'm a fan of moleskin notebooks. I keep one on me all the time for work, and as it happens, this slip pocket here is perfect size for that. And you know, a couple of slots here for pens, and even, you know, probably even a flashlight in that pocket there. It's maybe a little bit tight, but something like that. Or you can, of course, you can just hook onto that slip pouch there. So that pocket you know, it's not super flexible in what you can do with it, but you know, there's options in there, and it suits my needs perfectly. So that's that one. One thing I'll note is that all the zippers are oversized, very easy to grab hold of. The zip track itself feels pretty sturdy. Again, there's no gaps or anything. These are huge zippers, really. If you look in comparison to the size of my finger, they're large pools. They don't have any paracord fobs in them or anything, but that's something that, you know, if I was buying a bag that came with that, to be honest, I'd probably be removing them and putting my own ones on anyway, just my own style or whatever I wanted, maybe high-vis, I don't know. So that's not a big deal, but it doesn't come with anything on those. All these pockets are, you know, they're double zipper, so you can go either way around. These straps here come across the, these straps here for the large pocket come across the zipper track, so really you can only open it to there very easily on a kind of day-to-day basis, but it does open all the way down to, well, actually all the way down to there if you need to. So if you didn't have these straps fed through here, you could literally just flip the whole thing open. This top pocket on the front has nothing in it. There's no webbing or anything like that. If you're an old blind guy like me, it's pretty much perfect size for a glasses case, something like that, or maybe just an everyday carry blade, whatever. Again, webbing on the front, 2 layers of it. You got hook and loop there, and the elasticated webbing on the front. It's actually not elasticated. It looks it, but yeah, there's not a lot of give in that. But again, it'd be big enough to slide a small flashlight or pens through, something like that. So, or again, you could hook on some other pouches, something that will work with that system. Moving backwards in the bag, we have the sort of medium-sized pocket. And open this up here. And as you can see, again, the only downfall really is there's not a lot going on inside. It's basically just an empty space. One thing I loved about the Vanquest Javelin pack, which was probably top of my pile to be honest, was the adjustable internal compartments, so you could kind of layer things, and it opened all the way down the side, so you could slot stuff in, you know, different packs or kits or whatever. But not a big deal really. I have here Maxpedition Fatty Pack, and that's fairly full, so that's quite a bulky pack. Push that down in there. Yeah, I mean that disappears. That's perfect size basically for the bottom dimensions of this pocket, and you know, having something like that down in there with a tool kit or first aid kit or whatever basically keeps this pocket filled out. So I'll go ahead and close that up. Move on to the last pocket, which is the largest one. Now I don't have it beside me to show you, but this actually fits a 15-inch laptop, just a basic Acer laptop. So it's not the most slimline of PC laptops, but it certainly fits in here. So if you have something a little more pricey or a little more compact or ergonomic, it's certainly going to fit. So you can have, and that was with the iPad in here as well. So you've got room for iPad, laptop, and a bunch of other gear. Plenty spacious for being was advertised a 20-litre pack. Again, really nice stitching, good detail in along here, double stitched along there, and a separate seam to hold the shape of the pocket and keep it expanded. At the front you have this mesh slip pocket. At the back you have just a small zipper pocket. Again, this is in the very interior of the bag. You've probably got this zipped up. You've probably got this snap closed as well. So this is quite a secure pocket. I mean, if you're traveling, you want your passport or something like that in there, and judging by the size of it, that would be pretty much perfect for, you know, tickets, passports, stuff like that. Wallet perhaps, if you don't want it on you. And yeah, that's pretty much all the features, I think, or all that I've found so far. There is some webbing on the side here if you wanted to attach other things, or you could slide a, you know, a longer knife or tool or something through there, hook it onto the side. And yeah, the carry handle. I mean, again, if you look at the stitching on here, box stitched on here at the top of the carry straps, the main carry straps. There's a little loop there, more stitching. This whole system around the whole top is really well stitched and anchored on, along with the mounting points for the 2 main backpack straps here, and the carry handle itself is very sturdy. So I'm just going to go ahead and close this up. And this is available in, I think it was about 5 different colours. This is what they advertise as the tan. It probably looks a little greenish on camera. It is from where I'm looking at the camera viewfinder. It is a fairly dark sandy colour. These are probably coyote brown if you're thinking of like a paracord colour. coyote brown, and a sandy, almost olive-y colour, but pretty attractive pack. Again, it has a lot of the looks of the more expensive ones. A lot of the features and the build quality, as far as I can see, is pretty much excellent for I mean, for $30 it's way past my expectations, to be honest. So I'm going to leave a link to the listing that I bought this from in the description. So if you want to go and check it out for yourself, let's say there's multiple different colors. There's a sort of forest camel, there's a desert camel, black camel, this color, I think there's a green and an all black, something like that. So there's maybe 5 or 6, I'm not sure. But yeah, go check it out. If you have any questions or want any more details on it, just let me know in the comments. And I will probably do a more in-depth sort of video later on how it's getting on with use and if there's any problems developing, stuff like that. So I'll do an update video at some point. As always, thanks for watching. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.